welcome to Community Connections with Children's Services Council. I'm your host, Sean Boyle, and with me is
Ashley Mock.
And I apologize for laughing right at the start. We have our intern with us today, and
she's trying to video us.
She's trying to video, and she's asking questions right when we go live on air. So welcome, everybody, and welcome. I was going to say to the new year, but we've had a New Year show since the New Year started.
And then we took a brief vacation, and now we're back.
Yes, and we apologize if you listened last week to our show that we pre-recorded in the office. That was pre-recorded a couple of years ago, and I like to think that we've gotten better, but at least you could. There was no excitement in that show. It sounded like we were spoofing an NPR show or something. But welcome, everybody, to the 1 hour commercial-free, because we don't know how to do them, nor do we have a sponsor, a radio show that's all about connecting you, the community, to what resources are available to children and families in St. Lucie County. If you're not familiar with what the Children's Services Council is or does, I'll break it down for you really quick. We do 5 things for the community. First thing that we do is we make sure every baby is a healthy baby. Second thing that we do is we prevent child abuse. Third thing, we keep kids off the streets. Fourth thing is we keep them in school. I'm having issues with my hand. And the fifth thing that we do is we keep them off drugs and alcohol. And we do this through a network of programs that we provide funding to. And these programs are available to all families in St. Lucie County. And last year, these programs positively impacted over 34,000 children in St. Lucie County.
And we have several ways that you can learn more about each of those programs. One, obviously, is our website, which has a lot of information on it, and the website address is cscslc.org. And one of the things that you can find on our website is a link to our Family Guide to Programs. And it's actually newly revised. We, for a long time, were printing a directory that had a description of each one of our programs as well as contact information. You can't do that anymore. It's not that big. But we've got kind of a brief description of all the programs in our new Family Guide. It's a much smaller version of our directory. We really like it. We've gotten a lot of really great feedback about the agencies that are using it and the families that we've shared it with in the community. So you can get all of that information on the website, or if you need a printed copy of the Family Guide, which Sean is holding up here like Vanna White, we can get those to you as well. We can share those at program locations, at churches, at businesses, anywhere around the community that has a place that we can distribute those. We'd love to share them with you.
We have a lot of moving parts happening in this studio right now. It's very distracting, particularly for me, who has a short attention span. But it's so important. And, you know, we had a holiday weekend. We had Martin Luther King celebrations yesterday, and you know, we posted on our Facebook page, and we encourage everybody to join our Facebook page, if you will. Join, is that the right word? Like our Facebook page. Go to Facebook, look up Children's Services Council, St. Lucie County. We post on there daily, sometimes multiple times a day, about what is happening, recaps of this show, lots of good information. But we had a picture of Dr. King with a quote, and I don't remember exactly what the quote was, but it is basically saying that everybody needs to be involved in their community and give back. And really, that's what this show is all about. It's about connecting you, the listener, to what resources are available. They may not be for you. It may, you know, you may be grown, your kids may be grown, but maybe they're for your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews. But more importantly, maybe this is something, and something will touch you, and you'll keep it in the back of your mind, and you'll be able to pass it on to somebody who can use it. We're all connected in this community, and you know, we've had some issues going on in Fort Pierce this past weekend. We were just talking about it before we went on air in the office about the 16-year-old that was fatally shot. And you know, we need to come together as a community. We don't have all the answers in a 1 hour radio program that we're trying to make positive and uplifting, but we do have resources to give and to share. And you know, maybe, you know, we hear all the time about families who maybe need help with parenting, or kids that need an after-school program. That's what our guest here is going to talk about. We need to take full advantage of what this community is offering, because you know, you never know. It may connect somebody to a resource that literally may save somebody's life. And that's what this show is all about. So we want to thank you for listening and tuning in. And remember that all of this information is available on the website, as Ashley said. It's also available in a directory that Ashley already pointed out. But to say that we can bring these directories to you, if you're a church or congregation, or maybe it's a sorority, fraternity, or business, or you know, place where you gather with friends, we can bring this directory to you. It's a simple directory. We're very grateful of all the events that we do, not having to carry around boxes of these. We can now carry 100 around in a very small way. But we want to get this information out. It's only going to work if we connect. We're part of many efforts that are going on in the community, including Larry Lee Jr.'s Restoring the Village, about connecting people to existing resources so that families can get the help and the resources that they need. And that's really what this show is all about.
And too, we can always bring those directories to people, but we can also come out and talk to groups of people. I had the opportunity last week to sit down with some parents and teachers at Allapattah Flats, down in Port St. Lucie, and they actually raised some great questions about offerings for programs that we had. One of the questions in particular that came up was about mentoring. I had a gentleman ask me if there were opportunities for him to mentor. He was retired now and had some free time on his hands and was looking for something to do, which ended up being a great fit because January is National Mentoring Month. And next week on the radio show, Big Brothers Big Sisters will actually be joining us to talk a little more about some of their reading mentoring programs that we sponsor through them. But we've talked about this in the past, and I think it sort of ties in really well to everything that's happening in Fort Pierce. We've shared before that there is an extensive waiting list for young men who are looking for big brothers in our community. And I think at last count, when we had them on the show, I think Sabrina came on and shared with us that it's 3.5 years for someone who's looking for a big brother. There's also a waiting list for young girls, but it's much longer for young boys. And we just, the time that they're asking for from you is not that much. We know that there are men in our community that could step up and be big brothers and serve as mentors for some of our young kids. And we just really need to make an effort to get that waiting list down to less than 3.5 years. That's just crazy.
And it's not just Fort Pierce. I mean, we're
right,
talking about
absolutely.
It's really this entire community, this entire St. Lucie County. And we talked in our first live show in the new year, we talked about New Year's resolutions. We asked if you had any. Did you come up with any? You said you were going to work on it.
I did.
Or at least you said you were going to think about it. I'll check the videotape later. I swear that's what you said. But we did talk about, for the program, we had 2 resolutions. One is that we wanted all of our listeners to get involved in the community, even if it's simply just passing on information. But maybe, like you said, maybe like that gentleman that you spoke to, getting more involved and becoming a mentor. And the second thing, do you remember what the second thing was? We want more callers.
Oh, that.
Right?
Well, that was your resolution.
We want more people to join in on this TV/radio show. And you can call in at any time. We are going to give away some T-shirts. I will say, last time we had the resolution of more callers. And how many calls did we get? None. So and that was really disheartening. But we want people to call in at any time to join in on the conversation, or if you have any question for our guest, or if you want to know what that bright light is in the right-hand side right now. It's our intern filming us with her camera or her phone. But you can give us a call at 464-1400. Again, the number is 464-1400, and we'll be giving away T-shirts at the station breaks. I was going to mention, you talked about speaking to groups, and I wanted to thank the St. Bernadette Catholic Church. They allowed me to come and speak to their Catholic women's group last week, and it was a great experience, and they had a lot of great questions. And
you had a good turnout there, too.
I had a great turnout, and I joked because the woman cut me off mid-sentence. And I told her I was going to keep going, and she said, "No, you're not." I'm like, fair enough. I'm kidding. It was a great experience.
Well, you always say we can speak for 5 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, whatever you got.
We say that, but I always go long. So in fairness, it's probably 30 minutes. But it was a great experience. I'm joking about being cut off. But we want to thank them for allowing us to speak. And we also want to mention, this is a little Children's Services Council business, if you will, but we fund children's programs, Boys and Girls Club, Project Rock, Avenue D Boys Choir, just to name 3 of the 53 that we fund. But we also invest in summer programs each year so that kids have a place to go to get off the streets and, more importantly, do something education, recreation, and have fun. We release an application for programs that are interested, and the Bidders Conference, a mandatory conference that people who are interested in applying for funding for summer programs, is this Thursday at 1:30 p.m. at our office. If you're interested in learning more, if you're out there and you've got a great idea for a summer program, or maybe you run a nonprofit and you've thought about running summer camps, there's money for that through the Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County. It's a competitive process. So unfortunately, everybody that asks will not get money, but the best programs will be selected. Go to our website, which again, Ashley already mentioned. It's cscslc.org. Go to our website. It's on the top right-hand side, all that program information for the summer funding.
And one more thing I did want to mention, we talked about it a little bit towards the end of last year, but we offer free parenting classes throughout the year at various locations throughout the community. We've had a really good partnership with the schools in the past. We actually have a class that's going on right now at River's Edge. And these are free parenting classes that we offer basically as a benefit to the community. And one of the things that we are going to be doing in the coming months is transitioning that program into a grandparenting class. We identified through some information that we gathered from our programs that there were a lot of grandparents in our community that were either very involved in their grandchildren's lives, or they were the primary caregiver of their grandchildren. And it's not quite the same, parenting and grandparenting, so we have worked with our instructor to modify the curriculum to be geared more towards grandparents, and we're going to be offering that hopefully starting at the end of February. Those classes are going to be held at our Children's Services Council office, and we're doing them in partnership with WellMed, who has agreed to sponsor food for the 5 weeks that the curriculum will run. We're really excited about it, so I just wanted to mention that to anyone who might be interested. We'll obviously share more information about that as we get some dates nailed down, but those classes will take place in our Children's Services Council office in St. Lucie West, and they will be sponsored by WellMed.
And if they go really well,
we'll do more.
It's kind of a pilot. We'll do a pilot, and we can maybe travel to other locations to offer it.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. We actually, through conversation with them, have identified that there's about 3,500 grandparents in our community that are the primary caregiver for their grandchildren.
I'm sure that's at least 3,500, if not more. And, we talked about, you said that we would come and speak and give out information, and we really want to urge the faith community, the people that are listening, maybe to go to the congregation and help us spread the word about resources. We're having a conversation before we went on air with our guest about doing that, but we do have strategies and ideas, and again, it's all about connecting this community to what resources are available. I can't tell you how many times we go and we do a presentation or we talk and somebody's like, I had no idea what resources were out there. We want to eliminate that from the conversation and more about, hey, I went to this program or I referred somebody and what a great result that was. That's what we're trying to shift the conversation to. Really, we're trying to work ourselves out of this radio program.
But that would be okay.
But if your congregation or church is interested, it's we've got it simplified to where you can just include a directory of our programs at on a stand or as a handout, or we have
whatever
inserts
works for you
for your program. Whatever works best for you. Just give us a call. Our number is 408-1100. You can ask for either myself, Sean, or Ashley. We'd be happy to have that conversation with you. And we are at Station ID. So there's two things that happen. One, I have a card that lists all the channels that we are on. I'm going to attempt to read it. But real quick, you're listening to Community Connections with Children's Services Council on 1400 AM WIRA. Now the sound of jazz coming through the airwaves. Yeah, it's really good. And we are also on television, which is kind of comical, which is thanks to our partnership with the St. Lucie County School Board, WLX, which is on Channel 13 in Fort Pierce, Channel 19 in Port St. Lucie, Channel 19 on Hometown Cable, Channel 65 on Lightstream, and Channel 99 on ATTUverse.
Man, I'm
pretty good, right? I got that down? Yeah, I'm getting the head nod. So we're everywhere.
We are.
Think about that.
No excuses.
And we will give away shirts. If anybody is brave enough to call to be the first one of our New Year's resolution to have more callers, to give us a call at 464-1400. Again, 464-1400. We will give away a free T-shirt and a directory.
Whatever we've got over there.
If don't do it for me, do it for Ashley. Ashley, you give out the number.
Me?
Yeah.
The number to call is 464-1400.
No pressure, but our New Year's resolution is riding on this. All right. We quickly transition to the humor part of the show. Do you want to introduce our guest who's patiently in a fever haze waiting?
Look, we have a caller. Look, all of that. Uh-oh.
You better be able to answer it.
I don't know if I can. Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, who are we talking to?
Hi, Ashley. This is London.
Hello, how are ya?
I'm great. What's up, son?
Hey.
What's going on?
You know, I'm listening to the show, and I've come to the realization that as long as I've been involved with the Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County, I have never had the pleasure of owning a T-shirt from you all.
You're kidding.
I'm completely telling the truth.
Well, I think we can remedy that situation.
London, you made our New Year's resolution come true, so we'll get you as many shirts as you need. You just tell us.
Okay.
I can't believe you don't have a shirt.
I do not have a Children's Services Council shirt, and I need that for my closet. I have to have one.
Well, we will certainly bring you one.
Okay.
If anyone could make a Children's Services Council shirt fashionable, it's you.
Thank you.
Now, London, before you get off the phone, can you let everybody know that's thinking about calling in is really not that bad?
It's not. I mean, at first you're a little nervous and like, I don't know about it, but you just turn your radio down and you just go up in conversation.
I love it.
There you go.
Hey, you've got an event coming up, don't you?
We have a lot of different events coming up with our organization and with my specific clubhouse. Our Youth of the Year celebration will be coming up in February. We'll be honoring 3 of the teenagers throughout our organization, and it's a great competition. They've been practicing and getting ready, so I don't know who's going to take it this year.
Well, then you're going to have to come on the show and tell us all about it, and we can drum up an audience for you.
Oh, most definitely, and don't forget the fashion show in April 19th for the team.
That's right. We expect a lot of CSC shirts to be worn that day.
All right. We're game.
Hey, listen, just for you, I'll make a special delivery of some shirts for you today. How about that?
I would greatly appreciate that. Looking forward to it.
All right.
Thanks for calling in.
All right, thanks, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye. We definitely will have to bring London back on. We both went to the Youth of the Year. Didn't you go last year?
Yeah.
But it was a really great experience. Really talented kids.
Did we say where London was from?
I don't know.
Oh, London.
Boys and Girls Club.
London from the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you.
He's a celebrity. We shouldn't have to say his name.
That's right. That's right. All right, so we're in the middle of introducing our guest. He probably thinks we already introduced him because he's in a fever dream right now.
Oh, poor Nick. No, we're really happy to have Nick Corey with us today from Club Pure / Kayak / Project Rock North. Are there more slashes?
I hope not. We've got enough slashes behind our name right now.
No, but Nicholas and his wife Misty are doing great things in our community, and we got involved with them last year when they took over the Project Rock North program. And I know you guys have a lot of things happening that we're going to talk about, but what's happening to my microphone? But let's talk first about the Project Rock program. Can you tell everybody a little bit about what Project Rock does and where you guys are located?
Okay, Project Rock North is an out-of-school suspension program, and we are out of the Oleander Commercial Center on Oleander Avenue in between Edwards and Midway Road. And basically we provide 3 things. Firstly, to keep students safe if they're suspended from school. Secondly, what is the second thing that we do? Secondly, we want to deal with the reason why they were suspended. We deal with conflict resolution. And thirdly, we help them with their education so that when they go back to school, they're not behind with their schoolwork, and they actually get credit for the days that they were absent or they weren't at school if they come to Project Rock, as well as they get credit for assignments that were done well with us. So it's a free program. It's available to any student in St. Lucie County. And all you have to do is bring your referral or your suspension notice, and we will work with your students and make sure that we help them through the process.
And I think it's important that we talk a lot about how some of our programs got started, and Project Rock is one that's been around for a long time, but really the program was implemented by the Browns out of Miracle Prayer Temple, probably 10 years ago.
Oh, longer than that, because it was
one of the first things
it was one of the first things I worked on when I was at Children's Services Council, and I've been there 16 years.
That's a long time.
Thanks. Yes, it is a long time. So,
but the premise behind the program, the reason that Pastor James Brown wanted to bring it up was because there were some young men who had gotten into trouble when they were suspended from school. And through some research, we found that was kind of common through a lot of kids. When they were suspended from school, no one was home to take care of them because potentially mom and dad were still working.
Correct.
So they really didn't have a safe place to go. So that was how Project Rock got started back 16 years
back
ago.
in the day.
Back in the day.
Well.
But you guys have sort of expanded that program too, and you've got some satellite locations that are transferring kids to you now.
Correct. We actually, because we're a little south from where the previous location was, we set up some transportation from North Fort Pierce to our facility so that if students cannot get to our program, we provide transportation in the morning and in the afternoon. And we're set up out of Hazel Hoylman's place in the Image of Christ on 7th Street. And so that's a great location, and we're seeing a lot of students use that service.
Great.
That's very nice. And that's a good partnership. I'm sure all of our listeners know
where Hazel is.
Who Hazel is, yes.
We talk a lot about success stories that come out of our programs, and we actually recently got a great success story from you guys. And we're going to share it in our annual report, so I don't want to give too much away. But basically, the story was we interviewed a mom, and mom shared that her young son had gotten into trouble with several of his friends at the same time, and they, as a family, decided to send him to Project Rock. The other young boys that he got in trouble with did not come.
Correct.
And she reported that some of his friends were continuing to get in trouble, while since he had been at Project Rock, he has not gotten into trouble anymore. So I thought that was a great testament to what you guys do based on the conflict resolution that you talk about, because you really do work with kids to identify why they got in trouble and how to prevent it from happening again.
Correct. And you know, the thing is, we only have students anywhere from 1 to 10 days. And it's a very short period of time to actually help a student deal with a lot of the difficulties that are causing whatever the things are happening at school. But we actually got them to come to some of our other programs. And they came to our family night. One of the children got involved in our pit crew program, which is helping establish identity and character in students 8 through 18. It's a free program. And they actually put performances together for our family nights. And so mom and dad and the family started coming to those programs, and they got engaged in doing something different. They got excited, and it strengthened the whole family. So it's just so great to see that what we're doing is actually making a difference in people's lives.
Now, I've gone and done a site visit, came out and did a tour of the facility, and you had a packed house. Which I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, it's good that people are accessing the services. It's maybe bad that many kids were suspended. But you partner with a lot of agencies to come and address the students. Can you maybe talk a little bit about who you're partnering with?
You know, there's different agencies in the community that have speakers, and they're ready to come out. You know, we know the pregnancy groups that come out and do those kind of things.
Pregnancy prevention groups.
Yes, pregnancy prevention. Thank you for clarifying that. Off the top of my head, I don't have a list of names that I can give you right now, but we have speakers coming on a daily basis for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and they're encouraging the students. And so if you're an organization out there that has something that you can share with the youth and would like to get scheduled to come in and speak to our Project Rock kids, we'd love to have you guys come in.
That's great. And now, I wanted to ask, you mentioned about the pit crew, and
Yes.
I know that you guys had talked about, Project Rock had traditionally been and is very effective. It's a school day program.
Yes.
The kids come when the school would normally start, and they would leave when the school day would end. Parents would pick them up, or you'd provide transportation. And obviously, you're providing them a safe place, and they're working on their academics. But you wanted to expand it to include a mentoring piece.
Correct.
Have you been doing that?
Yes, we actually started a mentoring program, and it's going really well. One of the key elements is having parents commit to allowing their kids to come to the mentoring program. So once a student graduates Project Rock, the deal is if you want to come to the mentor program, you cannot get suspended again. And so they work with our interns, Forever Pure interns, and our staff members, but we have one gentleman specifically that works with the groups in the afternoon, and they take him around the facility. They get involved in different projects around the facility. We have one student right now is from Central High School, and he came into Project Rock for a few days, and he got into trouble, obviously. And so he's been hanging around the guys for 2 months now. He's been in the program, and his entire life has changed. He was sharing with me just this weekend. He said, my parents have noticed the difference, my teachers have noticed the difference, and he plays 3 instruments. He plays the drums, he plays the keyboard, and he plays the guitar. He sings. He also sings, and all this talent just started coming out, and it's just so amazing to see. He's actually right now involved in helping us prepare our next location for our Club Pure site. So he's been volunteering on the weekends, coming and ripping up carpets, helping us move things, and he's just connected with the group, the mentor program, and then the group that surrounds that, and it's a group of young adults, and they're positive role models in his life. And so that's just one story, and we're seeing more and more students come to the mentoring program, and we believe it's going to grow this year.
Excellent.
That's outstanding. Really, that's kind of appropriate because that's what we led the show with, about more people getting involved and providing mentoring to these kids. Before we segue, and you kind of teased us a little bit about this new location, but I'm just curious, do you need any more volunteers with the program or mentors?
Absolutely. You know, we're always looking for people that would come in and volunteer time to help us, you know, helping with homework, simply helping a student read a chapter in the afternoon, or help with homework. Or maybe you have an art or a skill. We can do workshops with the students and actually teach them some things, you know. So we're always looking to connect with people. We're very open to new ideas, especially if it develops the student.
That's outstanding. And why don't you give our listeners your phone number? Hopefully, if they're listening and maybe their child got suspended, they can use that number for future reference, possibly, but more importantly, maybe if they want to volunteer. What is the number?
The number is 772-429-0031. That's 429-0031. You can also go to clubpure, pure.org, and there's all kinds of program information available on our website, too.
That's great. Now, I'm going to pause real quick for station ID, and then we're going to segue into your new upcoming adventure.
Yes.
Or venture, I should say. I want to remind everybody you're listening to Community Connections with Children's Services Council on 1400 AM WIRA, the new jazz station, or you're watching us on WLX, the St. Lucie County School Board channel, Channel 13 in Fort Pierce, Channel 19 in Port St. Lucie, Channel 99 on ATT-Uverse, Channel 19 on Hometown Cable, or Channel 65 on Lightstream. I promise by the end of the year I'll have all that down. And we have T-shirts to give away. If anybody's interested, just give us a call right now at 464-1400. Again, 464-1400 for a free T-shirt and family guide to our programs. So, you guys, you indicated that your success story is helping rip up carpet and doing some stuff for this new thing that you're doing. Why don't you tell us what's going on?
Well, what we did was when we started Club Pure, we wanted to have a place for students to come. You know, the place that we got the name from, Club Pure, is because I used to own a nightclub in South Africa. And it wasn't positive. And myself and my friends, it just took us down a wrong road, and it almost cost me my life. And so when I came through that whole scenario, I made a decision that I was going to turn my life around. And so I decided that I was going to start doing positive things with my life. And from there, a lot of things happened, but I ended up moving to America, a place that I've always wanted to live. And when I came to America, having Club Pure was a dream of mine, a pure social environment where students could develop socially and just connect and be encouraged as opposed to, you know, getting into trouble. And so Club Pure started, my wife and I, we started it, and we love the arts, the performing arts. So we have before and after school care, we have summer camps, we have performing arts program, we have a mentoring program for 8 through 18 as well as post-high school students. We want to help them discover their destiny, what they want to do, and send them off in the right direction. And so we've got a lot of programs that support and strengthen families. And we opened our first Club Pure site in 2008, right off Oleander Avenue. My wife did the spring camp program. We had 14 kids. 9 of them were family and friends.
It's good to know people.
Good to know. We had a big open warehouse, and by the next spring, we had over 200 students in our camp program.
Wow.
We run over 250 kids every summer now. We have 140 kids daily. We have 2 locations, Port St. Lucie Civic Center on US 1, Oleander Commercial Center, and we just partnered with Club Utilitas Teen Center out on Avenue L in North Fort Pierce. And we wanted to have a site out somewhere in North Fort Pierce because we want to help deal with the violence issue that's going on in our community. And what better way than to establish a center? And I was actually on the Education Channel doing a television program, and I said, if somebody has a building that they want to partner with us, we're ready to bring our programs in. And we had a lady come into my office. She sat down with me and said, we got a building. So it's been just a few months, and we're doing an open house on the 1st of February, Saturday the 1st of February, from 11 to 5 p.m. And we're going to be doing a lot of great things for the community on that day. We're doing special performances from local artists. We're going to have inflatables out there. We're going to be feeding everybody from 12 to 2. We're doing dance competition, basketball tournament. And we want parents to come out, see the center, find out about the programs that we offer, and get your kids involved. We have free programs. We do have some programs that obviously cost some money to be involved. But we're also partnered with Early Learning Coalition. We're an early learning approved site. And so if you're early learning approved, we can take you into our program at a subsidized rate. So we're very, very excited. And what's really cool, I know I'm carrying on here, but Anthony and Alexis Lockhart, they are two of our interns from our Forever Pure program, and they have been trained to be site directors at the site. And so part of what we're doing in mentoring our young people is giving them opportunity to establish a career for themselves. And so our Forever Pure program is a 3-year program, and we train students, and we're looking to open Club Pure sites all over America.
That's outstanding. And, you know, you talked about, it's a great location, one. I mean, we're very familiar with the Club Utilitas location. But, you know, giving kids something positive to do, you know, because if we don't give them something positive to do, they're going to find something to do.
It's true.
Right? We need to occupy their time, and not just occupy it, but give it a positive influence, if you will. If we don't give them something to do, they're going to find something to do, and a lot of times it's something that we don't want them to be doing. So this is outstanding. So this Saturday, February 1st, Saturday, February 1st, 11 a.m. I got his fever. I can't think straight. Saturday, February 1st, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., you want the whole community to come out.
We want the community to come out. You know, when we did the Project Rock Back to School Bash, when we were awarded Project Rock back in August, we put an event on out at the Browns, and we had over 1,000 people come out.
It's a great event.
It was a really good event. You know, there were some issues here and there, but we had a great event. Hazel from In the Image of Christ, their team made 2,000 hamburger patties by hand. It took them 4 days to make those patties.
Wow.
And they were made with love. They put salt and pepper and spiced them up, and they were really, really good. So we're going to feed everyone, and we just want the North Fort Pierce community to rally around this teen center that has been closed for a while, but we're reopening it to the community. And so we just love everybody to come out and see what's going on in their community.
Now, once it kicks off, you're going to have the opening on Saturday. Not this coming Saturday, as actually pointed
Saturday,
out. The following Saturday from 11 to 5. So once you have the kickoff, are you planning on being open 5 days a week?
Yep.
Certain times?
We're going to be open every morning from 6:30 a.m. till 9 a.m. for before care. And then we generally open in the afternoon from 2 till 6:30 p.m. So we have extended hours for before and after school care. We're going to be doing a summer camp program through there. And we're even looking to launch a VPK program in the new school year. That would be in August. So we're going to be open from when we do the open house.
That's outstanding. And is there... I'm anticipating you're going to have thousands of people there, just like you did last time at the Miracle Prayer Temple. But if somebody's very interested, and we talk all the time about if you have kids that are, you know, you come home from work and they've just been sitting on the couch watching videos, playing video games, or doing something that maybe you don't want to know, get them enrolled in an after-school program. And this is an excellent opportunity. Do parents need to start calling now to get enrolled, or... You know,
yes, absolutely. You know, if they're looking for a before and after school care program, or they need more information, you can call Club Pure right now, 772-429-0031. We have people there that can take your call and give you more information.
You know, we have these after-school programs in the community, Boys and Girls Club, Future Generations, which we did a site visit. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, yeah.
Future Generations, Frontline, Save Our Children, the YMCA, Avenue D.
Are you missing any? Helping people succeed.
Helping people succeed. There's like 12 altogether, and I apologize for those that I left out. But they all need to be full.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And some of them have openings. And quite honestly, they should all have wait lists. most of these are free or low cost, or they're willing to work with the families. But, if you have a child that literally is not doing anything, we were talking with Future Generations. I'll go ahead and segue into this. We were talking to Future Generations, and we took board members out as one of the programs that we fund. And we talked about how the program goes through. As soon as you walk into Future Generations, there's this long table. And before kids can go play on the music instruments or play basketball,
because that's what
they all want to do, they got to finish their homework.
Yep.
And not just, what do you got, work on it. They work with the schools. They go on the computer. They find out what homework that child has. Because I have kids. Hey, do you have any homework? No. You go online, you're like, you have homework. Maybe not always the best reliable information. But you go on, they got to get their homework done. So imagine you're a parent. You know your child is in a safe place. You know that they're hanging out with kids their age in a positive atmosphere. But when you come to pick them up, whether at 5, 6, or 7 o'clock, their homework is done. You know how much stress that relieves in a household?
Yes.
I'm speaking from experience. How much stress that relieves in a household knowing that your child is safe. They're either learning or performing art, or they're either getting fed, as our intern just reminded me. She went on the visit as well. They actually feed them there, give them a snack. But imagine when you come and pick up your child, you have that peace of mind, and the peace of mind that you can have knowing that when you're at work as well. Mm-hmm. So it really helps not only the child, the parent, but also helps the employment of our community. I think it's great, and every family needs to take advantage of an after-school program, and particularly because he's on our show today, but also because there's a kickoff on February 1st, free food, there's dance competition, talent, and they don't mess around. Did you go to the Browns function?
Yeah, for a little bit I did. I missed the dance competition.
There is some serious dance competition.
Well, and I think it's important too, you talked about Future Generations, who teaches the kids in their program to play musical instruments, and I know that the kids that we've seen come out of Club Pure are extremely talented, whether it's dance or art or music or whatever it is that they're doing. You're really cultivating this great group of performers.
Yes.
In addition to the homework help and the family building and all of that. So it's really cool. It gives kids a really nice outlet to have a way to express themselves, in addition to all the support that they're getting.
The other thing that I will say, and speaking, and not just because he's on the show, but positively about Club Pure and what Nick and Misty and they've been able to do is, when you go to a Club Pure, whether you go to visit Project Rock or you go to one of their events, you can tell the kids that are part of the group because they're leaders. They're leading other kids. They're leading the adults. They're not hanging just by themselves. They're not, don't put us out front. They are actively involved and engaged, and they'll come up and talk to you and, and engage in you in a conversation and ask you, if you want some help, or you want to dance? No, thank you. Stuff like that. But they are leaders. So it's not just an after-school program. It's not just a dance program. They're cultivating the leaders, and the leaders for this community. It's really quite impressive. Mm-hmm. And so, okay.
I appreciate that, Sean. I really do. And that's really what we're striving to do. We want to raise leaders, because just like Children's Services Council, if we invest in children, we're investing in our future. And one of the benefits, too, with our program is that our performing arts program is included in our before and after care fee. So there's no additional charge to have your student in the dance programs or the programs we have. And by the time the parent picks up at 6:30, the performing arts is done, the homework is done, and many kids don't want to leave and go home because then they're having fun and they're having a good time. So we're just so excited to see that our organization is helping raise leaders, and we're making a difference in this community. So and we're just so excited to be partnering with you guys too. Thank you.
Oh, it's our pleasure, actually. I mean, you guys do so much in the community. I'm curious if somebody's listening and like, oh, they charge for the after-school program. I don't have, a lot of extra money. Do you work with families that maybe don't have the financial whereabouts?
We haven't been able to in the past, but we're coming to a new season in our organization. We're actually celebrating 6 years at the end of this month. We started with a church, and then we developed our Club Pure program, which has only been open 3 years now. And we have 3 sites. We're looking for a 4th location. But we're coming to a place now where we're established, and we're starting to be able to work with parents. We're finding different funding sources, and we're starting to make resources available to parents to be able to participate in the programs. And if we do have parents that are in our program, and they've been with us as loyal customers, and they go through an issue at work, or some things happen, we're there to support them and work with them. Absolutely.
That's great. That's great. You know, we did another site visit to the Multicultural Resource Center, and I don't know why I'm just naming all these after-school programs. Another great program, and they have a heavy focus on academics, as we know. But they asked that the parents pay into the program, and I asked Marcus, I said, is that an obstacle? You know, do some parents can't send their kids because they can't pay? And he said, you know, the parents like that they have to pay. He said, and he goes, I know that sounds strange. And he goes, and they have a sliding scale, and obviously if a parent can't pay the full amount, they can volunteer in the program and pay a lesser amount. He goes, but when the parents pay, he goes, they feel a sense of accountability, plus it holds his staff accountable to the parents, because they feel like, we're paying for this. My child better come home with his homework done. My child better have done this, because that's what I'm paying you for. So he kind of feels like it's a buy-in from the parent, but it also gives the parent an opportunity to hold them even more accountable. So, you know, there's kind of a couple schools of thought, and the fact that you're willing to work with parents, you know, to get through that obstacle, if that is an issue, is so important. And I know the community is very grateful for that. And I'm going to give that number out one more time, or a couple more times, let's be honest. Club Pure, After School Care, and Project Rock, they do so much for the community. But again, the importance of after school care for your child, and even before school. I don't know if you caught that. He does before school. We hear that a lot, too, for a lot of the middle schoolers, because their schools don't start till
so
9,
late.
after 9, and they're home alone, unattended. Or the parents have to drop them off at the school at 7:30 or 8, and they just kind of loiter about until school starts.
Right.
Nothing good's going to happen from that.
No.
So it's before and after school care. Club Pure, multiple locations now. Oleander, Port St. Lucie, the Civic Center, and then now, February 1st, kickoff, Club Utilitas, Avenue L. Very familiar with that site. We used to go there all the time. We used to have programs out there. And again, the number is 429-0031. Again, 429-0031. We're asking parents, if you live near that area and you don't have after-school care, call today, call now, because I promise you, once that kickoff happens and you have thousands of people there, those spots are going to fill up fast. What is your capacity?
We can take 80 students in that facility.
Oh, that's great.
So we know we're going to grow. We have 80 students at this Port St. Lucie Civic Center, and that's our cap. We cannot take more students there. We had 160 kids in our first spring camp over there, and they said to us, listen, it's just too many kids on site. So we're gonna cut you back a little bit, and so we believe we're gonna fill that site up. And what's really, really cool is that besides the before and after school care, in the evening we have programs for students too. We have a family night program where parents come out on a Friday night. They come and see their kids perform, and we do interactive things to help strengthen families. Then we also have kids' night out, and the kids come out, they do bubble parties, glow parties, all kinds of things. Once a month we give parents an opportunity to go on a date night or just spend a little bit of time with their spouse, and allow the parents to spend a little bit of time together. Because a lot of parents are running out, going to work, picking their kids up, then cooking dinner, getting kids into bed, Monday through the weekend, and then you have Saturdays, you've got to go run errands, and people go to church on Sunday, whatever. There's really no time to rest. And so we believe in having strong families, and that means that married couples need to spend time together. So we provide that opportunity once a month.
That's awesome.
And then we also do what we call a family challenge. Once a month, we give out like a week of free after-school care. And we have family challenges, and we encourage families to do things together with their families once a month. And we'll say, like, build a tent, sleep in the tent with your child in the living room, go through pictures, have popcorn, whatever. Take a picture of it and then post it on our Facebook page, and then we do a drawing and we award one of the parents,
Cool.
free after-school care or whatever it is.
That's awesome.
So we're really just encouraging families to spend time together instead of just in front of the TV or on their digital devices.
Right. I don't know if you've seen
There are
that.
other families.
Have you seen that commercial? It's a fast food commercial, and I won't say who it is because they're not sponsoring the show. But it's done so it looks like it's homemade, like on their phone or something, and it's like, all the kids are here.
Oh,
And
he's grown so much since
yeah,
last
he's grown so
time.
much since the last time I've seen him. They're all eating the food, the fast food, and the gentleman's like, and we can have a conversation if their batteries run out because they're all on their phone and their tablets. So it's very funny, but we got to thank Nick and Misty and his whole crew for all that they do in the community. And clearly, we encourage you to go on the Facebook and look up Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County. But it's very obvious you guys have a Facebook page as well.
I think we linked to your Facebook page this morning, so you can get to them from our page now.
Nice,
excellent. Yes, you can go to clubpure.org, and there's pictures of all the events that we've done. Even when we did the event at the Browns, you can see all the pictures, and it's just great to scroll through the pictures. We're redeveloping our sites because we're growing, so we've had to restructure our web. And I was just going through it and looking at all the pictures of all the events that we've done, and to see kids when they were younger and they've been with us 5 years, and how their lives have developed over the last 5 years that they've been with us. Whether it was with the church program or in Club Pure. And just the events that we've done. We do an Easter at the beach every year down on A1A, Surfside Park and JC Park. We have 600 kids come out every year to do an egg hunt. Wow. We have over 1,000 people there. We feed everybody. And it's just a great day. The kids put on a production right at the beach. And that's just another one of the events that we do. We do Battle of the Zones. This is fun. This is super fun. What we do is we bring our sites together once a year, and they have a dance battle. So we've got parents, they're like blue zone, we've got green zone, and now we've got the O zone. So, and then they dress in colors, and they come out, and then they're rooting for their kids, and it's just great events that we do for families that are positive, and they're a whole lot of fun. So
if there's one thing Nick does well, it's put on an event.
Yes. He does multiple things well, but he does know how to put on an event. He knows how to throw a party.
Throw a party, yeah. That's what I always want to do. I want to throw a party and make people happy.
There you go. So again, the open house, we want everybody to come. Not this Saturday. It's the following Saturday, February 1st, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Club Utilitas building, 1002 Avenue L, Fort Pierce. Most people are very familiar with where that building is. It's been a long-established resource for the community for many, many, many years. But come to the open house. It's the kickoff for their after-school program. And I'm telling you, parents and grandparents, if you have kids that aren't in an after-school program, enroll them now. Be the first. They've got 80 spots. I guarantee you that's going to fill up. So be number one of that 80 by calling 429-0031. Now, we started the show talking about New Year's resolutions, and I said I want more people to call in. Well, we didn't get a call, but I want to share this with you.
London counts as a call.
Well, we did. I'm sorry. Thank you. We did get London to call in. I'm sorry. We didn't get more than one call, but Alton wanted to say, he said, great show. Pastor Nick is great.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to share that. I'll text it to you later. We have a phone call.
Oh, uh-oh. Does that mean I have
Hold
to
on, caller.
Okay. Hello, caller, are you there?
I was just getting ready to hang the phone up.
Oh no, we caught you.
How you doing?
Who are we talking to?
This is Alton.
Alton, how are you?
Alton, I read your text online.
Did you hear Sean talking about you?
Oh no, I am like out doing some work, so I heard the show earlier, but I was just listening to parts of it, and I heard Pastor Nick was on, and I was like, oh my God, let me try to call.
Well, we appreciate it. You're a big Pastor Nick fan, are you?
Yes, I am. Club Pure is off the chain. Yes, I am. Yes, I had experience of being in one of the services with them. Where we had the Martin Luther King event on Monday night at our church at Friendship, and it was a great. Even though they didn't do anything, but just came and supported the event. It was nice to see them again. It was nice to, have them in fellowship with us on that night.
So, Alton, since you called in, can we connect you or get you hooked up with a Children's Services Council shirt?
Wait, you don't have one either?
I don't think. Sean, did you give me a shirt?
I think I did. I think you do have a shirt.
I think I do.
You're not wearing it now?
No, I'm actually wearing my work uniform now. So
Well, Alton, I know how involved you are in the Fort Pierce community, so I'm sure that you're excited about this reopening of the Club Utilitas Teen Center with Club Pure. I think they're gonna do great things there, and I'm sure that you can speak to them being a huge benefit in that community.
Yes, I am so happy with Club Utilitas and Club Pure joining forces in the community. especially on this side of the community. And I know you guys heard all about the incident happened Sunday night. Matter of fact, we was at Praise on the Marina on Sunday night, but when on our way home, we saw the tape and the police all around and trying to investigate and trying to at the crime scene. They're a block away from where I live, so I know with the issues that's going on. Then we had a great Martin Luther King on yesterday, so it's very much needed in our neighborhoods. It's very much needed in our community here. We have to come together, put all our differences aside, all the organizations, nonprofits, and step outside of the box and go out and talk with these parents. And if we can do that, and I think we will have a better opportunity to solving some of these problems.
We're right with you, Alton. Totally agree. Well, thanks for calling in, Alton. I know we'll be in contact, and we'll let Pastor Nick know that he has a fan club of at least one.
Yes. Also, we're having that big event coming up too down the street from them as well. So March the 29th, you save that date. March the 29th, the Youth Fest will be happening March the 29th. So you want to save that date, and we'll be looking forward to it. Sign out, and actually, I'll be talking with you guys soon. I hope you all have a wonderful day today, and we thank you for the station. We thank you for everything that you're doing in the community with all these nonprofits, your support, and your help with all these. We can't do it without you all. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, Alton. Thanks, Alton. We'll be in touch.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. He's a big fan.
Wow, that's awesome.
You
said something about sending you the check, or you sending him a check. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Thanks, Alton, for calling. I greatly appreciate it. We have come to the end of our show. We want to thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. It was great.
Thank you for coming on. We joked about you being sick, but we do appreciate you weathering through it. And
I'm feeling better right now.
Yeah.
We hope that everyone in your family recovers.
It did. It's your energy.
It's the energy in the room.
Energy.
All right. Well, yeah, like you said, we hope your family gets better along with you. Don't bring them in the studio.
No.
We want to thank you for tuning in to Community Connections with Children's Services Council on 1400 AM WIRA. This is a weekly radio show.
We will be back, and next week is actually going to be a great show. I just want to remind everybody it is National Mentoring Month, and we will be talking about that again next week with Big Brothers Big Sisters. So definitely try to tune in again next Tuesday at 11 a.m.
So set a reminder. We'll see you next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Remember, this is our children, our community, and our future. We'll see you.